This is Whiskey and Fire. We're not experts. We're not trying to teach you anything. We're just hanging out, talking about whatever comes up. Life, random stories, all of it. And yeah, every episode we try a new bottle of whiskey, sip on it while we chat, and then totally pretend we know how to rate it at the end. It's laid back, it's real, but it's always a good time. So grab a drink and hang out with us. Not only are you going to hang out with us, but we have the first of a lot of things.
I just can't with you sometimes.
Oh.
Never a dull moment.
This is a special episode of Whiskey and Fire. Many reasons.
Yeah?
This is the first on location
you're
episode
right.
of Whiskey on Fire. Second.
Excellent.
Oh, shh.
He's going to give it away.
Number 2, Juan's dead in the fire.
He did not make it out of that fire.
No. And for the last episode, he's a lying sack of shit. He never showed up.
Oh, true. 2 weekends in a row, right?
2 weekends in a row, hasn't showed up to the campground.
Damn.
Oh, but yeah, on location, though, we are at the campground. So we are literally drinking whiskey, and we have a fire going.
Yeah, so I don't think we've actually truly done.
No, you can't tell people that.
Well.
Oh, yeah, we were in a studio, but...
Yeah.
But now, this is legit whiskey and fire. And the third thing, we have a super special guest. His name is Uncle Ron. Woo, Uncle Ron.
Good
Crowd
evening,
loves
everybody.
you.
Good evening.
Uncle Ron. So, Uncle Ron is someone we adopted here.
I was going to say, yep.
He showed up to our site, and we still can't figure out how the hell to get rid of him.
I just keep wandering around the campground.
He does. He just shows up.
We wake up, we leave our camper, he's just waiting.
He's outside on our chairs. He just sits down. He has his own special chair. He has his own cup holder. Everything.
Hey.
And we figured, you know what better episode than to have Uncle Ron.
Yeah, I was just walking by.
Yeah, you were. And he saw all the equipment and everything. He's like, oh, what is this? And he just sits down and puts on headphones, and he's like, all right.
Joe just said, sit down here.
He lit his cigar.
Of course.
And he's ready to go. But first, Uncle Ron.
Pour me something tall and strong.
Krista.
Yeah, so normally we're rating bottles, but we did decide because this is a special episode, we are going to drink something we know we love.
Which is?
Bullet.
Oh, tell me more about Bullet.
Just Bullet. There's nothing to tell.
Is it from Indiana?
I don't actually know.
Oh, well, you're the fact person.
I know. I didn't look up any facts. We just love it. And we got the biggest bottle we could find of it. And that's what we're drinking tonight. So, Joe,
yes.
Do you like it? Me too. So we're good.
All right, cool. Uncle Ron doesn't do whiskey.
No.
What's your poison?
I enjoy vodka.
Vodka
With a mixer.
They taste like burning.
Not the ones he drinks, apparently.
No.
No.
So Uncle Ron is an animal. He wanders the campground with a tumbler. And his concoction is 90% vodka, 10% Gatorade Zero. The blue one.
That's for color. You got to have color.
You need to tell us, Uncle Ron, what's with your concoction? We need Ronisms.
Well, I've through my past
Let me tell you something, brother.
All right, go for it. Tell us.
through my past experiences, some bad ones, I came across vodka is my drink of choice now, and I prefer different types. Absolute is my number one. Grey Goose is number 2.
Oh, you lied to us.
We didn't know that.
Uncle Ron. Uncle Ron is a lying sack of shit, like the other person.
Are there different types? Like I know there's different flavors of Absolute, but just like the regular vodka, the plain vodka, are there different kinds of Absolute, or is there just one kind?
There's flavored Absolute, which I just discovered. I found a watermelon Absolute, which turned out very nice. Very nice. I enjoy it, nice and smooth.
What do you mix that with?
I just put a little dab of Gatorade in there.
So everything gets mixed with Gatorade.
Yeah, it takes the sting out.
Okay.
Takes the sting out.
Where did the Gatorade come from?
Well, because ever since I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, I have to stay away from sugar. So what's the best things? Absolute or vodka, which has really virtually no sugar, very filtered. And then Gatorade Zero, which has no sugar in it. It's a great combination. Actually, you got that from golfing.
From golfing?
That's what they serve on the golf course. They serve little bottles of vodka and bottles of Gatorade. And then you take a couple swigs of the Gatorade, then you start opening up the small bottles of, as a matter of fact, they use Kettle One at the golf courses, most of them. And you pour the little mini bottles into the Gatorade, shake it up, and there you go. Good till the next time you hit the cart girl.
You hit her, Uncle Ron.
And a lot of times we pay her a little extra to keep close to us.
Uncle Ron, this is a family show.
That's right. Well, I'm keeping it as clean as it can be.
Burning.
So, Uncle Ron, I think I have a lot of questions for you.
I can't wait.
Oh, yes.
I can't wait.
He was like, I'm dreading this podcast.
Do I have to tell the truth?
Who is your daddy and what does he do? So, Uncle Ronald.
Yes, sir.
For licensing purposes, we need your full name, date of birth, address, and social security number. I don't make the rules. I just play by them.
Uncle Ron.
Is that a first name or is Uncle?
Uncle is my first name, and Ron is my last name.
Your last name, Uncle Ron.
Yes.
Okay. And he is at the campground.
And I was born when Moses wore short pants.
You are old.
I've got a few years on me.
Uncle Ron is ancient.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Not ancient.
I mean,
God, come on. I'm still looking. You can't put me up into
well, remember, he was...
no,
what
I
was
know
he?
where
He
this is
was
going.
14 when Buddy Holly died. He was 49 when Elvis died.
my idol. Won't say anything
You
bad
do
about
like
Elvis.
Elvis the Pelvis.
He is.
Elvis the pelvis.
He is. He got me through a lot in life. His music.
Which is your favorite Elvis song?
Can't Help Falling in Love.
Okay.
That is my main song.
Is it tied to like a memory or anything, or what do you like about it?
It came through that, especially when you start a new relationship. And once you play that song, the hearts melt and everybody bonds and you're off onto a good foot there.
Is that why you played that when you came over here the first time we met you? Here he comes in his golf cart, just blasting Elvis.
There's a lot of Elvis songs that are dear to my heart, and I just love it. And a lot of people say Disney is the happiest place on earth to go to. To me, it's Graceland.
How many times have you been there?
I've only been there twice. Spent a lot of time there when I was there. Spent 2 to 3 days to really take it in. And what's nice about Graceland is they just keep changing the displays every few months. They have a warehouse full of memorabilia from him that they pay one person full time to go around the world and collect things that Elvis had owned. And they purchase it and they keep it in a warehouse. So they constantly redo the displays throughout Graceland, and they actually have it on the road. It goes to England, goes to France, all over the United States. They take 1 or 2 cars with them, and now the states, a lot of them are starting the Elvis weekends. They have one in Illinois, one in Wisconsin, one in Michigan that I know of, one in Tennessee. So, other than being at Graceland. So, because sometimes Graceland gets so full of people that you can't even walk.
Yeah.
Especially, unfortunately, the anniversary of his death and on his birthday, it is just crowded. It's crowded, and it's unbelievable. Very sad, when they come up with those anniversaries like they're very solemn. And when you go around Graceland and you walk around the gardens there where the bodies are interred there, it's a beautiful place, and you could hear a pin drop. It's so quiet. No matter how many people come and visit Graceland, but when they hit the Memorial Gardens, just quiet. Everybody has so much respect for him and his family, and they're all interred there. And it's a beautiful place. That's the last part of end of the tour is right there. So it's a nice place.
So where were you? The night, the day, the evening, the morning?
When I heard
when Elvis died.
Oh, I was working at Toys R Us when they were still open.
You were working at Toys R Us?
I was working at Toys R Us.
Were you Jeffrey?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't Jeffrey. I was a character called Screw Off. No.
Mom, I wanted G.I. Joe. Screw off, Brad.
Here, buy this. It's $20 more. But you know what? I was very proud of that job because they put me in charge of the big ticket items like the cribs, bicycles, strollers, and things like that. And I learned as much as I could about them. I used to assemble them. And when the parents used to talk to me, I used to, and believe me, be very careful when you buy those items for children, especially the young infants and everything. There is a lot of unsafe products out there. And so I would point out to the parents the good and the bad points of the things that they picked out. Then I would steer them in the directions of the ones I thought were the safest. And I felt very good about that I knew that when they bought this one, they didn't have to worry about their kids getting their hands caught in the railings when they would go down.
I mean, weren't you working there in the 70s? Lawn darts?
That was the 70s.
That's what I'm saying. So what do you mean safe? It was the 70s. There was nothing safe in the 70s. There's asbestos, right? Asbestos.
Well, let's put it this way: what we knew of.
I was gonna say you had lead base paint.
Yeah.
You had lawn darts that were actually darts. Take your eye out.
The greatest toys ever made.
Yeah. So you had 3-wheelers, which are now illegal.
Yeah.
You have, what did you have? Cabbage Patch Kids. God knows that was
What I had those.
Oh, those are so illegal, man. Ones from the 70s.
Those are a hazard.
See,
the Cabbage Patch Kids.
You get trampled.
You get
yeah.
trampled.
Were you part of the craze of the Cabbage Patch? Or was that the 80s?
I was around to see that happen. And when another movie we just saw, I don't know if we can mention it.
What?
Jingle All the Way. But for those that haven't seen it, please get that movie and rent it because they're looking for the Turbo Man doll, and it expelled, enlarged a little bit, but that was just how it was when you were looking for a toy. And those toys are out there, and it was done on purpose for marketing. And that's exactly what they waited at the door. They opened it up. Store people got trampled, got hurt. There's fist fights in the aisleways, and they used to put all the newbies up there by the pallets where these things were stacked up there, and they had no idea what was going to come. And the look of panic on their face.
He got two.
Yeah, he got two. And they did all have these. As a matter of fact, I do have a Turbo Man doll I was able to get. And
you're not a pervert. You just want a Turbo Man doll.
I was a collectible of different things from TV shows and movies, and I knew this was a special movie, and that was going to be around for a long time, just like A Christmas Story.
That's a terrible movie.
It was a great movie.
Oh,
Don't
disgusting.
say that.
You hate that movie,
I
Joe.
do. It's stupid.
That's because you're too young to appreciate what an old Christmas was like.
Yeah, you didn't live it. I think that's why, like, my dad, like, I don't know if your dad could appreciate it as much, but my dad loves that movie.
Yeah.
I licked frozen poles in elementary school and got my tongue stuck on them.
Okay.
I did.
And, talking about frozen poles.
Yeah. Whoa,
and we're not talking about Polacks either. But There was a place near here, Santa's Village,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep.
And
I
had-
went there.
and I have a picture of myself when my parents took me when I was a child, young, and they had that frozen North Pole.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
opened in the 40s. So, yeah, you've been around for a while.
So I made it a point. My son used to love going there. I didn't live too far from there, and I took the same picture with my son by the pole. So
Oh, that's cool.
that was a great memory of seeing these rides again that I used to ride on in there. And they expanded it a little with some of the larger rides because when they first opened it was all mostly for young children. But what a magical place Santa's Village was, and they always had Santa Claus every single day, and it was a nice place. So if you remember the old Christmases, the Christmas Story, was actually, when you see the movie RV
Yeah.
and the things are embellished, like about emptying tanks and stuff. Well, that's what Christmas Story is. They embellished a lot of things about, yes, the cars did freeze like that. You'd have to go out there and pour hot water on the engine to get them going. The oil burning furnaces, that was going on with the soot and all that stuff. They didn't have filters and things like that on the heaters. And everybody'd go watch the Christmas parade. Then you go into the store to see Santa. And because of that movie, I still have it sealed in a box, a Red Ryder BB gun I found. And then I also have from the original specs and everything, I received for Christmas the leg lamp
We know about the leg lamp.
that I was able to put in the front window of my home, just like they did in the movie, for 1 year.
1 year.
After that, it was just like in the movie. I wasn't allowed to put it in the front window anymore.
Yeah, but now it gets to ride in your golf cart.
Now it rides in my golf cart, and
Yeah.
it was such a prize that I took it around. And I've seen a videotape that they taped of our Christmas golf cart parade, and there's the leg, proudly displayed leg, and you hear people all along the line going, "Look at, it's a leg lamp." So those
I
are-
mean, yeah, the last thing that you would expect to see
Yes.
on a golf cart parade is that.
A leg lamp.
Yeah.
It was the great, and I take it and I store it with such care because it was a real fabric lamp, shade for the lamp, and I wrapped it up with bubble wrap again and packed up the cover part up in a box, and I put it back into storage. So I'm going to save it for as long as I can. It's one of the things that I'll always remember and always keep. Happy memories. I mean, that's what you try to look for. And especially the older you get, you look back and you enjoy.
Can't get
These
much
things-
older than Uncle Ron. Oh, here comes the choo-choo train, Uncle Ron.
Choo-choo train.
Here it comes.
That's a whole nother story. Everybody used to have train sets underneath the trees back then.
I had some.
I still have mine. It's in storage. A nice Lionel.
How big is your damn storage unit? I feel like
I
everything.
was going to
Yeah,
ask.
like
'cause
everything. You're always like, I'm at the storage, and you're talking about all these things. Like, how big is your storage unit?
My storage unit, but it's not only my stuff now. It's my son's stuff. And he told me everything he wanted to keep because he wanted to look and try to keep some of it, but he wanted to keep it. They're collector pieces. I mean, we had purchased everything. He was big into Jurassic Park and Star Wars. Not the original stuff from, 76 or something like that, 77. He wasn't even born yet, but when they started coming out again.
In the 90s when they re-released
Yes.
them.
And we started, he was so excited about those movies, and we would get him for Christmas and his birthday, and all the different things that we saw in these movies. I was kind of a pro, and I used to do it all the time for the people at work. I love toys since I worked at Toys R Us. I used to go out and buy these hard-to-find toys, and then I would sell them, no profit, of course, at cost. So the people that all their kids wanted was like Furbies. I still have some Furbies still in the box. I plan on finding somebody that's really looking for those.
You should bring one to the camper. We can have a camping Furby.
And the people, they were so appreciative that I'd hear them talking around Christmas time to people at work, and they're going, all my granddaughter wants is a Furby. And all her friends are getting them. And she was getting around the age of 12, and she's going, she doesn't really believe in Santa anymore. And she goes, if there's a Santa, he'll get it. Because You couldn't get them. They were
Yeah.
they were like, some people never even saw a Furby because that's how scarce they were. But I had an in at some stores that they would let me know when they got a shipment in. I'd get up at 5 a.m. and get there when they were putting them on the shelf.
Yeah.
And I'd
I
buy
remember
them.
that.
And I pulled, and I didn't want to like a panic with people, but I used to take them aside, and I said, "Are you really interested in that Furby?" They go, "Oh, that's
And then
all,
whack.
That's all my granddaughter wants for Christmas." And she would really believe in Santa a little longer. If she got a Furby, she'd be like all her friends with Furbies. I says, "Well, I have one. If you'd like it." And they'd get that look on their face like, "You're kidding me." I go, "No, I'll meet you after work, after the Christmas party. I'll meet you halfway, and I'll have your Furby for you."
It's like how much money you got.
Yeah. I feel like this is a
lot-
Netflix special,
You
Uncle
know,
Ron.
a lot of people would do that, but like I said, I never made a profit. As a matter of fact, I never even charged them tax. Whatever the sticker was on the toys, and I'd go around, load up layaway
Yeah.
for toys for kids for Christmas, and a lot of people, I find out what they're looking for. Many times, that Tickle Me Elmo, nobody could get. Guess who got some? And I had them for people that really wanted to give them to their kids for Christmas, and that just put so much joy, because I used to dress up like Santa Claus, as a matter of fact, and I had a good
Where?
time with that. Around my neighborhood, we'd have a party before Christmas, and my wife handmade this beautiful Santa suit, all silk with gold buttons, and I was pretty good. Nobody knew it was me because I would change my voice. And
Yeah.
Give us a little line.
I was gonna
No,
say,
no,
I wanna
Uncle
hear
Ron.
it.
You got, come on, Uncle Ron.
You got to be in the outfit.
Uncle Ron.
to become that
Uncle Ron.
person.
Uncle Ron.
Joe, if you were Santa, what would you sound like?
Shut up, you little brat.
That's it. But no, good. I do that for all the kids. They'd sit on my lap and tell me what they want for Christmas, and I walk around the neighborhood. Cars would stop, because the kids would see me, because I'd have to get to their house from my house, and I'd stop. Give them. I always had candy canes and ask them what they wanted for Christmas, yada yada. But then I used to have my friend that had this Cadillac, and I knew my friends wouldn't know him, so I'd have him drive me to my friends' houses around. And I'd go up to their door, ring their doorbell, and they get this blank look on their face. They had no idea I didn't. They didn't even know it was me, because I knew what their children's names were already, because I knew their parents. And they were just like, the parents' look on the kids, the look on their face. It was unbelievable. And I truly felt what people that play Santa, that feeling they get when they see the joy in the kids' eyes, that you can't replace with anything like that. So I did it as long as I could, and it was funny. Toward the end there, my son goes, "You know what, Dad? Do you play Santa?" And I go, "No." I said, "What are you telling? You see me videotaping?" Because then they would take and make them busy, and then I'd sneak out the back and go in the garage and change, because I would come on Christmas night with some toys I forgot, just so he could see Santa. So he goes, "I noticed he had freckles, like you do on your cheeks." I'm going, "Oh man, this kid's really paying attention." So from that party to the Christmas night, I put makeup on to hide the freckles. So we went through Christmas night and everything, and he was all excited and happy. And then the next day, I'd say, "Hey, I wanted to ask you, when you saw Santa on Christmas, did you still think that was me?" He goes, No, Dad." He goes, "There was no freckles." So I took care of that part of it. But that I had many, many years. I mean, we used to make videotapes, have the video camcorder running, and then playing music. Then at the split second, my wife would hit pause. I would grab one of his Christmas toys, get in front of the camera by the tree. She'd turn it on again, and I'd set it down underneath the tree, stand up, touch my nose. She'd hit pause, and I'd get out of there. I'd come with like 3 toys like that. So the next morning, my son would get up right away, and I said, let's check out the video. And sure enough, he saw it, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, he was actually here," And then he'd come home from school. He goes, Dad. He goes, "Could you play that videotape for my friends, because they're saying there's no Santa and all stuff." So I play it, and all these kids that didn't believe in Santa, they're like, "Oh my gosh," they're young enough to still don't realize they still believed in the magic of Christmas. So So we had a lot of good times with that stuff.
Is it safe to say that Christmas is your favorite holiday?
It was my whole life.
It was.
Well, I was gonna say what
With my relatives, and each kid had a little Christmas tree in their bedrooms, and they had their own little decorations, and you'd get some presents from your aunts and uncles that you didn't see on Christmas, and they put it underneath the tree, and those we would open on Christmas Eve, but then we would save the real presents for Christmas morning. But it was something. I mean, I always looked forward to it. Always looked forward to it. Because you got to forget about anything that was bothering you throughout the year. If you have problems in school when you're younger or whatever. And you got to happy thoughts,
Yeah.
Rudolph, I remember Rudolph started, I believe, in 1966. Watching it on TV, you couldn't record it. They'd play it one time a year. Channel 5 or 2 or something like that. And everybody, that's your one chance to see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
Those old ones like that.
Rudolph's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was great. Then they started making those knockoff ones later on that were horrible, just horrible. After I saw them the first time, that's ridiculous. But I have all those on DVDs. I collected all those because I used to play them for my son because they stopped doing that one day a year.
Yeah.
And then they came up with so many cable channels, you couldn't keep track of where anything was. And because some of the stations stopped showing those things. And it was a real shame. And my son, all along, he was like me when I was a kid. He grew up with Christmas and all the Halloween, all those things. It wasn't, of course, as big as, even though Halloween now is starting to overshadow Christmas in regards to decorations and
Thank
stuff.
God.
I had a cousin that, I'll tell you what, it was on the news and everything. Channel 9 was there. That he decorated his whole yard. I mean, big time. It was bigger than Christmas. He actually got married in his front yard. He had a hearse come up, and there was he was laying in a coffin, dressed up like Dracula. They opened it up, pulled him out, opened up. He got out, and his wife was brought in like a zombie in a wheelbarrow, just laying there, and wheeled her up, and she got up, stood there, and they had, a preacher there and everything. I mean, it was fantastic. I gave kudos to my cousin for that. But for him, instead of Christmas, it was Halloween.
Yeah.
It was big for him. No, it was different things to take it out of the mainstream of things. It was good. So me working at Toys R Us was just like, it was fantastic. Worked where the trains were, the section, and where model cars were, electronics and stuff.
Was Toys R Us your first job?
Actually, no. I was actually assistant manager at Sky High Twin Drive-In in Addison.
What is that?
Oh, the drive-in?
Huge.
Oh, the drive-in like movie theater?
Yeah, movie
Oh, okay.
theater. And my neighbor took the job as manager. She goes, Ron, could you do me a favor? I'm afraid they're at night. Would you mind helping me out this summer, being my assistant manager? And you can learn some things that are going on there. And I said, sure. Okay. And working there I've never regretted it because it was just like you see these teenage movies about drive-ins and stuff, all the things that happen.
Uncle Ron's making out in the
Like
back
Grease.
over there.
And it was
Oh,
the
Sandy.
stuff the stuff, I mean, you'd walk by the last row, you see it back then, back in the late 70s, they had vans. You'd walk by the last row of vans, and the vans were rocking. I'm telling you, just like these movies they used to make fun out of and everything. And they'd step out of them stoned. Yeah! It was crazy. And you'd find all these unmentionables laying on the ground outside there.
And Uncle Ron kept them all. Put it in the storage unit.
But now, my storage unit is like 8 by 10.
I thought you said it was going to be filled with unmentionables.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, wait a minute.
No.
With all the Jezebels out there.
I'm trying to change it and go back to the original thing. But I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to unload back to him now that he's got a house. Little by little, I get my car transported down there in Tennessee, and I'm going to put these things in it, and it's going to be his responsibility. All these, the big AT-AT walker I was able to find, and the 2-sectioned RV that was in Jurassic Park 2. He got that. I mean, anything that was Jurassic Park and Star Wars and everything, I was able to find for him. So he was an only child, and so he had a lot to keep him occupied in the wintertime. And that's what he'd do in the house: watch the movies and play right along with all these different things.
Yeah, because how old is your son?
Right now, he's 34.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's younger than us.
Yeah.
What does he do?
He is an IT specialist. He works for the, I don't know if I should mention or not, but the state of Tennessee.
The government. Okay, cool.
In the government department of Tennessee.
There we go.
And he enjoys it. He's actually a musician at heart. And he went to college in Tennessee and for music and business law there, so he could keep track of the contracts, because he always thought he'd get into business music. And he was offered some jobs sometimes, but he was too young at the time. Actually, him and the band that he had, a signed group that he played with in Elgin at the teen club, they had a big bus and everything. They were so impressed. They were their opening act. They wanted from that point on them to be their opening act out on the road.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, we don't know if we can, we have to talk to our parents." And they go, "What?" They go, "Yeah, we're only 16. And the guys are going, "You're kidding me." They go, "Oh, we're sorry. You got to be at least 20 to go on the road with us." They says, "Oh, sorry." They go, "Well, maybe, when you get old, don't give it up." And my son never did. He was actually a very, very good guitar player. He learned all instruments. Eddie Van Halen was his dream guitarist. Actually, I was for his senior, they had a talent show, and you got 6 minutes to do your best.
Yeah.
So he went up there and he learned every major riff of every David Lee Roth Van Halen song, and he put it all into one show.
Yeah, like a compilation.
And and I didn't even know he was doing it. It was a surprise for us. So he'd do it. He'd practice when we weren't at home. And I'm videotaping this. And my wife's hitting me with the elbow going, "Did you ever hear this?" I go, "No." He goes, he was very good. He had it to the T. I had people coming up to me going, "We had no idea your son could play like that." I said, "Well, he doesn't really, do it outside." He played at the Powder Puff game, Star Spangled Banner. It was fantastic. I mean, he really enjoyed himself. And I was so sad when he went to college, because I was so used to him practicing 3 hours a day, that when it was gone, that music was gone, I'm like, I don't hear it anymore. He was really, but he still has a studio set up. He has a mixing table, things like this, and with the monitors and all this kind. He's making demo CDs. He used to hand out at different clubs down on Broadway down there for any bands. There's a lot of lyricists out there, and
In Nashville?
looking for music,
Yeah.
and vice versa. So he was the one with the music, and so he'd pass it out. And boy, during his school year, he got all passes to go in studios that he worked at, of course for free, internship. But he'd go in there 2 a.m. There'd be a band that was signed by somebody, but they had no engineer at night. So he used to go in there and find these rogue bands, and he'd set up the tables for them and everything, make them sound great. And they're like, "We've never sounded so good." And I had cards made up for my son ahead of time. I said, he gave him the card, and they said, "If we ever make it, you're going to be our board guy." So that made him feel good. And he ran into his Reba McEntire studio, as a matter of fact, that he was working at. He learned a lot there. They're fantastic. He met Luke Bryant, came in and talked with him for a while. He didn't know anything about country music, so he didn't even know it was Luke Bryant. He came in with his little dog. And
He would have a little dog.
he had his trucker's hat on. And what goes on in those studios is they lay the tracks down, then the stars come in and put the vocals to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the day he was going to come put vocals, he brings in the dog. And, "Oh, how cute, da-da-da," they're talking. Well, later on, he goes in the studio and he tells his girlfriend about he met some guy, with the dog. He had a strange name to the dog. I can't even remember. And she looked up. She goes, "That was Luke Bryant you were talking to." He goes, "You're kidding." But everyday guy. And there was a female artist that came in that he didn't want to, but I'm not going to say her name because he did not give her a stellar recommendation. little stuck on herself.
Ooh, we'll learn about that after the podcast is over.
She was very high maintenance, let's say. And
Dolly
Country?
Parton. Definitely Dolly.
no, not her. But he took me, he'd take me tours of the studios. And I'd go down there for vacations. And that's a magical place, actually. But there's so much. Every bar there has music playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to.
We loved that
all
about
the time,
Nashville,
yeah.
though.
Yeah, we went to Nashville in April.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean every bar is like 5 floors, and each floor has a band going from like noon until
The whole day.
Yeah, there's
Like,
just constant rotation.
And they're just trying to make it.
Yeah.
Just trying to make it. And my son said, he goes, what's the chances? Like a bolt of lightning. It would hit you. And that's what they say, some of these artists, in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
So, but he has a passion for it. And every moment, he's got a little one at home now. And between work, he gets to work at home. It's tough for him, but he goes, Dad, that keeps me sane. It's for me to play the guitar. He's got like 6 lined up. And and you probably remember this from Christmas Story about when they asked about who's going to clean up the mess underneath the Christmas tree. And they're saying, oh, let Randy do it, So one year I got him a nice guitar for Christmas, my son. So I did a video. I posted. I laid him underneath the Christmas tree with his pajamas, and he's holding the guitar underneath the Christmas tree. And I'm going, Randy, just like Randy, you got to get up and pick this up, Randy. And he's just laying there. So it's just like he was with the Zeppelin boat. But we always had a good time at Christmas. It was really good.
Why did he go to Tennessee?
College, Belmont.
College.
He went to
Okay.
Belmont. It was supposed to be one of the best musical colleges, or Christian college, in the country, and he wanted to go there, and he wanted to be. You can't get much more in the center of music than Nashville, and he even worked with an R&B band out. It shows you how much I know about music. Out of New York, he worked in their studios too, and actually there was a group of 3 women that actually made it. They made a Christmas song.
Alvin and the Chipmunks?
No, but it sounded like a 60s Motown song. And it got airplay. And I remember I was there, and their opening act, him and his buddy got to set up the whole stage, all the sound stuff, keyboards, and they trusted him to set all that stuff up. And that was their debut. Those 3 would be on stage in this club. And it was like a jazz club. And they did their song. And it was a good song. And I heard it on the radio in the morning sometimes on the Christmas channel, when they play Sirius XM. Mm-hmm. I'd hear it. I mean, it was a good song. So he got a lot of experience in there, and that was good. Put a lot of business sense about music in his head in case he ever someday continues on to do it. But he loves what he's doing now in IT, and he goes, Dad, I got to pay the bills. He loves music when he was by himself, and we were carrying him through college. But then when he graduated, I said, you got to support yourself now. I said, we took care of everything for you while you're in college, but, you're going to have to do something. So he did. He landed a very good job.
So he went to Nashville for school, and then he stayed. Why?
No snow.
No snow. I thought it was a woman.
No, his wife now, she came from here.
Oh, okay.
A neighboring town here. She knew him up here.
Oh, interesting.
And my son used to know a lot of people, and he'd always have somebody to go out with. And she was waiting for the opportunity when he was going to be free and clear. And then when he wanted a break for a while. Then he started talking to her. He knew her, and they started going out, and they hit her off, and they knew they were going to get married. So he went down there to college, and she was here, and she wanted to go down there and stay with him. And the parents were old-fashioned, said, you're not going down and live unless you're engaged. So they got engaged, and she moved down there with him, and she found another good job with the government of Tennessee, another job. And
So they're spies, what you were telling us.
no. And she's with the health care, but it was great. She's a wonderful girl, What a sweetheart. And she does such a good job with my granddaughter, my 2-year-old granddaughter. It's amazing. And now she's just about in October. They're going to have their second granddaughter that I get to see when I go down there.
Oh, that'll be so exciting.
Oh, it is. This Christmas, and that's going to be stressful for my son. but it's going to be special.
Uncle Ron's not going to want to come back.
No,
We're gonna go visit Uncle Ron.
I can't handle the heat and the humidity down there because it'll stay 70s into November there.
Uncle Ron gets
60s
swamp
in
ass.
December.
You get swamp ass over
I
there.
would.
In January to February, they have like 3 weeks of winter.
Yeah.
First time in my life, I never saw snow. It was the greatest thing. We got some ice. I had a little hard time with the ice there, but then it warmed up, thawed out, and it was pretty nice. I had it before I came up here in April. You know, here it's still kind of cold in April. It was 80 already in April there. So I have a spot down there for the motorhome, and just like I have here. And I met great people here, fantastic, you know, like you guys and some of our other friends here that I never expected it to be this nice at a resort. So this is really got me good after retiring. It's kind of a blah area. I didn't want to go back to work, but to meet people, it's great. It's great because I was a workaholic.
What is it about the camping life that you gravitate towards, or what like got you into just
My son in scouting.
okay?
So we did all the years in scouting, camping out, you know, the fires and the fresh air and being outside, with the stars and everything. And so we started camping on our own. And other than bad storms, we were outside all the time. We had a camper, started off with a smaller one, camper, but we were outside just all the time. And I just love being in the open because my job has me inside all the time. So a couple of weeks a year I was able to spend outdoors, and I go, this is what I want to do when I retire. And I made sure that I did. I love being outside and going around visiting people, and I got into getting a golf cart, so that makes things a lot easier to roam the campground. But it's a lot of fun. And whoever thought that we'd be talking
I know.
on some kind of a podcast here.
I know. I told Krista if she was one out that day, we never would have met Uncle Ron.
Yeah.
You're lucky it
You
was
would
me.
have asked me about the golf cart. I would have been like, I don't know.
And that was it.
I knew you
I
guys
don't know
were.
if you should get one. I don't know anything about ours.
No, it is, and the reason I was actually looking for you guys is because I love that color, the one you bought, that mint color. And when I was at the dealer, he goes, oh, somebody got it. I said, you know what? I think I saw it driving. I got to find it. So sure enough, I was driving up and down with my car.
He like pulls up very slow and he's like, hey, do you want a Furby? I'm like, what?
Oh, the doll. Oh, no.
I will say I was very relieved when you did not get the same color.
Oh, believe me. And I went back and I looked at all of them. They had the plain color, and I found this titanium one there with the pinstripe. I said, and of course, it was way in the back.
Yeah.
I said, that's the one. That's the one I want right there. So,
Yeah, it was that frigid morning in April when Uncle Ron pulled up and asked about the golf cart, and we haven't been able to get rid of him since then.
that's it. That's it.
April? I don't think it was that early.
Yeah, we got it in
was?
April.
We
No.
did?
Yes, was that
It-
first? Yes.
Oh, I feel like it was later than that.
No.
Yeah.
You looked that up. I don't think it was April.
It was in April when they delivered it.
No,
For real?
Yeah.
I think May.
Yeah, the campground opened in April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was here for a little while. I used to do my tours of the campground in my car. People used to stare at me like, what the heck?
Sometimes I see some trucks going around really slow, and I'm like, what are you doing?
But I've always done that because it's strange because a lot of my working life, I dealt somewhere down the line, always had security involved with that. So not only do I do that to meet people, but I love being able to help people. Like keep an eye on their campers when they're not here during the week. Sometimes people leave their water on, they spring a leak, and
Or water plants.
Uncle Ron springs a leak sometimes.
On our plants.
No, you know I don't. You know I don't.
No, so we bought it on March 24th.
You're right. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I remember we had to wait for delivery
because
until
we had to wait
because
it was been season, and
You're right.
they delivered it that week of April.
You're right.
Yeah, see, I know my things. Speaking of knowing my things, where's that bottle? You didn't even bring the bottle out here.
No, because it's ginormous.
Well, that's fine, but how do we get one?
How could you give me John so much like this?
What?
What?
I wasted all your time yakking like this.
About what?
About what? What?
Stuff about me talking about.
Oh, we haven't even scratched the butthole.
Wait. I have a question though, but it's Christmas related.
Okay.
Hold on.
'Cause I'm
Hold
trying-
on. You do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab the whiskey because you didn't bring it out here.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but there was a cartoon that my dad used to love, and I want to say it was Susie Snowflake.
Oh yeah, for
Is it-
Christmas. Yeah, Susie Snowflake.
Is that what it was called?
I have
Okay.
that DVD also.
Okay.
That's a classic from Chicago. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like on TV or
Yeah.
something. Like
Here comes Susie Snowflake just in slow right down. Ding ding ding. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it came
yeah.
on TV like I don't know about a year. I don't know how my dad even like saw it again, and he was like, "Oh, this is from my childhood.
Yep.
Like, watch this."
That used to go on in the morning, and everybody in Chicago would know this was Ray Rayner.
Okay.
And his morning show, he'd play all of those. Hard Rock Coco and Joe was another one.
Okay.
I got that DVD and the record actually. Those were classics. Anybody that's a little older, they hear that and that just
Yeah.
pulls them right back to childhood memories.
We got to get my dad out here because I feel like they're close in age.
Yeah, they both like the worst Christmas movie ever made. They can both sit
Here, I
there and
need a
talk
little
about
more.
how terrible that movie is.
Yeah, don't let me.
And
Okay.
and
I
a
got it.
Christmas Story, one of the funniest parts were that I laughed at, and people look at me if they're over and we're watching is when they go to plug in the Christmas tree, and they used to have one outlet in a room, and they had like 8 plugs with attachments on it. When he
What do
plugged
you mean
it
used
in,
to? Have you seen our electrical box? I got an extension cord plugged into another extension cord plugged into a surge protector plugged into an extension cord.
You should see our house for Halloween.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was something I laughed when I saw it, and it arced and blew the fuse, and I remember those days. And back then, all the lights drew so much power. You know, we had the bubble lights and all that drew a lot of power.
So, since you've been yapping this entire time,
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody.
I know it's terrible, Uncle Ron.
I know, I took up all your
This
time.
isn't about you.
I know.
It's not about you. It's
know.
about whiskey and fire.
I'm sorry.
So you were born and raised out here. Why'd you stay?
I was born in Chicago, Mount Sinai Hospital.
South Side.
And when I was 1, my dad was renting a house in Chicago and wanted to come out to the suburbs. And we came out in the town called Streamwood, a suburb of Chicago. And there was 1960, 5960, and he got it for $1 down on the VA financing that they were doing for the service members.
What was your dad in?
Army.
Army.
Yeah, he was a sergeant. He used to drive a truck that used to pull cannons. And
Did you go to the Army or anything or no?
no, actually, I was scared, because I'd never been away from home. And a month before my birthday, they canceled the number drawing.
So you would have been in Vietnam?
Pardon?
What?
It would have been Vietnam.
Vietnam?
Yeah. If I would have went over, it would have been in Vietnam. And I talked to many, many people that went to Vietnam, and my heart goes out to them because none of them had a good time. People came back with so much problems and things like that they tell me what goes on, and finally they have support groups and stuff. But I knew people would wake up in the middle of the night screaming and yelling about nightmare things that went on that they lived, and I don't know if, to tell you the truth, I really don't know anybody, maybe 1 or 2 out of the dozens I know, that does not have some type of cancer from Agent Orange. And they finally came out with settlements that they're giving these people money to help them pay for their treatments and everything like that. and they're paid, so much for the rest of their lives. And it's about time the government got off their dupa and realized that Agent Orange was a chemical that had these agents in it that caused cancer. I mean, just like all the rest of the stuff, like asbestos, they didn't know how dangerous it was. When I had my mom had a cousin that he died of cancer because he was a pipe fitter. What did they do with pipes? Wrapped them with asbestos, and they never wore masks. And nobody ever said they were bad. And and what they have to do now to get rid of it is unbelievable. And we got all onto this from Susie Snowflake.
Did so you how old were you when you went to Streamwood? 1?
I was 1 when we moved to Streamwood, yes.
And then where was your?
I lived at home until I was 25. I got married, but I stayed at home with my parents because they were getting elderly, and I wanted to take care of the home for them. Because my mom said, all I want to do is stay in my home. All I want to do is stay in my home. So I promised her I would make sure she would always stay in her home. So once I got married, I still go back to every weekend. I'd pay their bills for them and everything, and take care of stuff around the house. And then I moved to a town called Bartlett near here for a year.
Why Bartlett?
We were searching around for an apartment, a nice one. Mm-hmm. And there was an old farmhouse, which is in a really good part of Bartlett, right by a park where a gazebo was. It was a beautiful area. And the bottom floor was for rent. And my fiance moved in there a year to get it ready for us when we got married. And then we moved there for a year. Then we started looking for a house. And a buddy from work, he used to rent houses, buy them and rent them. And he says, Ron, can you do me a favor? Because I heard you're looking for a house. I said, yeah. Because I got this house in Elgin. Go by, take a look at it. But I have renters. They're breaking the lease all over. They got cats in there. They're not taking care of the outside or anything. You go in there, I'll give it to you a great rent. Got a 2-car garage. If you clean it up for me. I said, sure. We moved in. I cleaned it all, edged all the sidewalks and dug out the dead bushes. And I had my buddy that was in the carpet cleaning business, went into a medical cleaner and cleaned up all the rugs and everything from the cats. And we lived there for a few years, and I made him an offer. I told him, you got to do this, a roof. I got to pay for this. I'll offer you this. And he took it.
So you made him an offer you couldn't refuse.
I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. I told you, you never come to me. Never asked me to help you at all. But now you come on the day of my daughter's wedding and ask me to do these terrible things. But I can't do that. You never once called me Godfather.
Now,
Ooh, Uncle Ron.
see, I really want to hear Santa now.
How much more of that vodka you got in there, Uncle Ron?
Will you help me, Godfather? Be my friend?
Oh, man, Uncle Ron. I told you guys, Uncle Ron is an animal. He is an animal.
Oh, it's fun reminiscing, I'll tell you. I had a great time growing up. And no matter
What's a memory that tickles your pickle?
the best decade of living, and ask many people. I've got my 50th class reunion this Saturday, but the best times to grow up was from 75 to 1980. Those were the best years that I can imagine.
That's when LSD was invented, right?
No, that was in the 60s. But anybody in the know knew what to take and what not to take. But just with the discos, at the highlight of the discos, I know people were slamming them later on. The heads were all, they just wanted to smoke pot and rock and roll. And I had 2 sets of friends. I had my disco friends, and I had my rock and roll friends.
You discoed.
I discoed.
Did you have the bell bottoms and everything?
I had all of it, the Italian horn and the shirts that would glow in the blue light.
Uncle Ron, do you have a picture?
I'm sensing a Halloween costume.
And we had one place, one disco on a Friday night. It was a place that everybody knows. They'll talk about it. It was called the Full House. in Hanover Park at Barrington and Irving. It's no longer there, but that was Friday night, and Saturday night was Breakaway over down Barrington Road. That was another big place. They had live music there at the Breakaway.
So Saturday Night Fever is based on the life story of Uncle Ron.
No. But so many of us tried. So
I didn't take you for a disco. You still got some moves?
You know,
Prove it.
I still listen to that channel on the radio. There's just something about disco music that the rhythm in it and stuff like that. It's happy. It always made you happy. There was no downing to it. I mean, it was everything that you enjoyed at that time in your life. And if everybody remembers too, there was pollution everywhere. They weren't cleaning the cities. There was trash everywhere and everything. So they needed something, an escape. And disco was that escape, because the ones that were the heads that were in the rock and roll, all they did was smoke pot, and all it did was bring you down, depress you. But the disco music, they always had disco music that would bring you up, and everybody had a good time at the discos. There was, for the rock and roll side, I used to go to a place called The Beginnings, which the drummer from Chicago owned it over in Schaumburg. It was in a shopping center in the corner, big place. And that was the first place we saw. They used to have the hanging televisions that used to play music videos. That's when they first came out. And everybody would stand there in between the bands and look at these things like, holy cow. And then where I worked in our engineering department, our draft guy, he played in the band that played at Beginnings a lot. He was a keyboard guy. And it was amazing to see him up there. And yeah, it was something. Great time in life. It was, we'd party all night. I mean, I'd get up, go to work at 6, work, come home, take a nap, get up 10 o'clock, take a shower, boom, be at the discos, and we'd stay there till 4 in the morning, get home, get ready for work at 5. And you can do that when you're that age.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore.
I can see you're at Toys R Us, and some little kid comes up to you and was like, "Mommy, this guy smells like Grandma."
No, there was the kids, and I had the answers for them, could tell them everything so they could go run back to their parents and tell them, speed change, slot car racing, that was a big thing at the time. I learned all about that. And then what did they do? After Christmas, when everybody returned everything, they put me in a section in the warehouse to test all the toys that were returned to really find out if they were broken or not. Because if they weren't really broken, we had to repack them, wrap them up, and take them back on the shelf again.
How long did you work at Toys R Us?
I would say about almost 2 years, I think. Then I got a job in a warehouse. I had a lot of warehouse experience.
So they fired
driving
you.
a fork truck.
They fired you.
No.
You got fired by Jeffrey.
I had the fact they wanted me to join their management program, and I was thinking about it, and you'd have to move stores every 6 months, and one of the things was you had to go up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I did not feel like driving to Milwaukee, Wisconsin every day.
Which store did you work at?
The one in Schaumburg.
Oh, okay.
Right on Gulf Road.
I'm trying to remember where that was.
Right in between. It was a standalone building. Mm-hmm. Right by the driving place, Illinois driver's license place, in that shopping center. It was right next to that, all multicolored. And after they had enough people, when it would slow down, we had a very good woman I used to work with that was good painter. Well, I was good. I had a photography business at one time, doing weddings and on the sideline and anniversaries and stuff. So I was really good with measuring and lining things up. So Toys R Us, we were like a pilot store. So they gave us a blueprint. They wanted it up along the ceiling, the first half of the wall, not ceiling, the walls, to chalk mark lines. And they had a thing, they were painting them all different colors around the store. That was a great challenge and a great thing. It looked beautiful. It was up there for years. I'd go in there once in a while, after I left, and I'd look at it. See? I did that. But no, it was a good experience. All of them were good experiences.
What was your worst job?
working at Jewel.
The Jewels.
That was my first job.
Oh, so you lied to us. You said your first job was assistant manager.
I don't consider part-time being a real first job.
Were you a bag boy?
Started in bag boy, then I went to general merchandise. That's where, you'd stock like the shelves with diapers and cards and, stuff like that other than groceries. And that's where I got a very bad taste in my mouth at one time between management and unions. They used to fight all the time. Every time the union would put you in for, to get a little bit of raise, and Julie used to pay the best, management would get mad, and they'd start taking it out on employees and stuff. It was sad. I got to get out of here. And at that time, Jules put a moratorium on no hiring full time. It was only part-time help. So that's when, luckily, it just in my life things happened where they fell into place. So I was never without a job.
Which is good, yeah.
Yeah, and I like to bring this up. What I learned in School District U46, Elgin High School had trade classes, hands-on train classes for trade. The kids that they knew they weren't going to go to college, but they were good with their hands.
Yeah.
I always loved building things, so I took metal shop, wood shop, welding, drafting, all different kinds of things. That was going to help me somewhere down the line. And because of that, I was accepted into the apprentice program where the last job I retired at after 47 years was because of all that trade training I had. And they were able to send me right to school, and I knew what was going on instead of having to learn it from zero. So that was the starting point of my main career. And that's a story for another
episode.
Well, that's what I'm thinking over here. I mean,
that's a nice long career there, 47 years. I was very proud of that, and to have ownership of a company that was family members, they were wonderful, just wonderful.
So we talked briefly about this, but you said you had your 50th. Well, you're having your 50th high school is tomorrow, but you had something on yesterday. Yes,
for the local people in town, the committee that was in charge of the reunion, they got a hold of they wanted to get 10 guys that lived close around here still, see if they want to get together like a pre-union just to touch base and BS and without their wives, it's just the guys and talk about old stories and stuff. So we did. It was a wonderful place that I've never been there before, called the Gregory.
You're taking us there next weekend, so
in South Barrington, the Gregory.
If you're listening,
in the
Gregory
Atrium Shopping Center in South Barrington was probably one of the nicest restaurants I have been in a long time. So if you want on a special occasion, it's a little pricey, but the portions and the food were outstanding. Outstanding. And all the help that they had working with you and everything, professionals. I mean, if you want to go for an anniversary or have a wedding reception or just birthdays, large birthdays, they have private rooms. I'd highly recommend that. We had a wonderful time. They had to kick us out of there. They guaranteed us 3 hours. They closed at 10, but we had a private room. But then it's time to go.
How many of there were you? How
10.
many? 10?
10, yeah.
Did you know all of them?
Yes.
You did?
Some, not as much as other ones, but we knew of each other.
Yeah.
And then we signed, some people brought their yearbook, they signed them, and stuff like that, and told some of the stories that they talked about crossed, past and everything.
Do you have your yearbook still?
Yeah, I'm still packed away in
the storage unit?
In the storage unit.
Jesus Christ. What isn't in that storage? You got to take us. I want to go see the storage unit.
You don't want it. It is.
I don't care. I want to go see this.
It is a complete, because I was digging through for some certain things that I wanted to get in my motorhome.
No, you were looking for your disco suit for tomorrow. That's what you're looking. Uncle Ron's going to show up with his, what was it, the Italian horn?
The Italian horn I had.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would never be able to fit in those clothes again.
We could find you a new set.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, Uncle, are you excited
about what?
Tomorrow.
Oh, about the reunion?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Is there anyone you're looking forward to, like that you haven't seen in a while? Is there someone that you hated that you're like, I can't wait to see how ugly they become? Is there a baddie there that you're like, how you doing?
I plead the fifth on both accounts.
Oh,
Because there are some guys that, well, I went to the 45th. No, I went to the 40th and the 35, and they have them every 5 years. And there were some people that in school were really jerks, as everybody knows. There was these jerks.
Yep.
They were the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet. You know,
and his name was Ron.
that they grew up, and you know, and you meet them now, and they're the nicest guys. And I loved hearing the stories what everybody's doing now, and some of the charitable work that they're doing. You know, one guy owns a construction company that builds homes, Habitat for Humanity, that he builds homes for the homeless and veterans and stuff. I was so impressed just to hear his story. He can't make it this time around. He sent his apologies, but a lot of people are flying in Florida, Ohio, Carolina. There was one of the gentlemen owned, I don't know if you ever heard of it, CC Pizza.
CC, yeah, you told me about it. Yeah, CC, I remember
Yeah,
CC.
CC's.
He ran that for many years, and he told us he had just ended up selling it because he retired. And he has a couple homes, one in Colorado, one in, I think, North Carolina. I think nice guy. And everybody is nice. I mean, one guy is a great guy. He owned a beauty salon. And now he's a minister. And I watch his page, Facebook, and you know, the joy on his face and the people he marries. It's so warming that people find what they're meant to do, and the joy you could bring in there. I love getting Facebook notes from people saying, "Hey, this is so and so. You remember you took the pictures of my wedding and anniversaries and yeah, I remember. You know." And that was a lot of fun, too. I was interested in photography. My brother-in-law and I did that for a few years.
Why did you stop doing that?
You know, I lost trust in humanity.
Elaborate on that.
Yeah.
You know, we invested in all these books, and you put the proofs in the books, and you number them, and you give them back to the bride and groom to take orders. And through the kindness of my heart and my friends, I would do it for cost. I wanted to make money on copies that people would order. Not a lot, but people, you know. Okay, so I didn't even charge them for doing the weddings or anniversaries. And what they would do is some of them started where they'd take the orders and the money from the people and keep it. Kept the books with the pictures, kept the orders, kept the money. It's like, after a while, my brother goes, "Ron, we can't do this. Can't do this anymore." And so we decided, you know what, Gary? I said, you know, let's just drop this. You know, it's ceasing to be fun knowing that you're doing all this work and outlaying this money for absolutely nothing. And you lose everything. So I go, no. And back then it wasn't where you send Louis to, you know, strong arm them for the stuff, you know.
How long did you do that for?
I told you.
Oh, here we go.
I need the books back. I need the orders, and I need the money.
How long did you do this for?
I did that, I think, for 3 years.
Was that something you learned? Is something you
I liked photography, but I went ahead and I went to night school for photography in Elgin. They had this wonderful studio. He taught me how.
JCPenney?
No.
Worst job.
Elgin House of Photography, I think it was called.
That was in downtown Elgin, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I remember that disordered building. I would walk by and be like, only losers would go to this school.
And it wasn't a big thing, just to walk up. And he taught me how to develop your own pictures.
Oh, so you were in the film era.
Yeah, 35 millimeter.
Yeah.
Not 110, 35 millimeter. Not the drop-ins, you know. And then you got the use free of the studio. You know, with all the lights and everything, you could do portraits and stuff. So couple people that I worked with at Toys R Us wanted portraits done.
With Jeffrey.
I did that with Jeffrey. And, oh, you know what started all this? And I never answered you. Where was I and what was I doing when I heard Elvis died?
Oh, this is.
We're going back to the beginning.
That was an hour and 9 minutes ago. About time you get to it, Uncle Ron. Jeez.
I was working at Toys R Us, putting up the, taking down the swimming pool display stuff because this was August 16th, and
It just
summer
happened.
was
Yeah, it just
winding
happened,
down.
right? Yeah, it just happened.
Yes. And so I was taking it down, and somebody came up and said, "Ron, did you hear?" I'm like, "What?" Somebody came through the line, just said, "Elvis died today." What? I said, "Nah, that's impossible. Somebody's jerking you around. You know, he's somebody you look at, think the guy's never going to die, especially at his age. 42 years old." And so it started. Back then, news was slower, you know, coming out like on the radio and stuff. Came out, and I was in shock that night. Picked up my girlfriend, brought her back to the house. I opened my trunk. We turned on, it was 4.3 oldie station.
Oldies 104.3 FM.
And they had a special going on. Just Elvis songs going on for the night. So I sat there and listened to it.
Did you
cry?
Did you flush your toilet when
What?
you got to flush your toilet on the
Why?
anniversary of his death?
Why?
What the?
Because he died on the toilet.
I've never heard of that.
No,
I flush the toilet every time on his anniversary.
he
You
died.
flush
He
the
died
toilet
on
every day.
He
Well,
died.
yeah, but I do an extra flush on
I'm
that
sure
day.
he died on the floor. I don't think he died on a toilet.
I'm sure he did.
No,
I think he's still alive.
no.
He is.
But if you ever listen to the behind the scenes and stuff like that, when they did like 2 or 3 autopsies, that guy had so much stuff wrong with him that he had the same things wrong with him as his mother did. His heart, they said, when he died was so large heart, that if he actually played racquetball like you should, and he was always out of breath, his heart would have just blown up.
He was all shook up.
It was all.
Where's
Did
your-
you? I'm assuming you watched the Elvis movie, right?
The end is near. What?
Which
Did
one?
you watch the Elvis movie?
Yeah,
right?
it's all close.
Which one?
Elvis.
The newest
All
one?
of them.
The one with Austin Butler?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Elvis.
okay.
Yeah.
There was a lot of them made. And
Yeah.
yes, Kurt Russell did do a good job as Elvis Presley.
We went to a
went to-
concert, remember?
Yeah,
in
the
Crystal
Elvis.
Lake, the Elvis impersonator guy.
He was all shook up. No,
It was pretty good.
It was.
It wasn't bad.
To me, I used to go see, and he's still doing it, is Sean Clush. He was the first Elvis, I don't want to say impersonator, but what did they call them?
Impersonators.
Not impersonators. Because he never considered himself an impersonator. But anyway, as from Elvis Presley Estates voted him number 1. He was the very first one. And he came to Elgin a few times. I saw him, and once in the Hoffman Estates. And DJ Fontana was still playing with him. He had the original backup singers. And some of the male groups, not the Jordanaires, but there was another one, the Blackwells, I think it was, traveled with him. So I got to meet them and got their autographs and stuff like that. Nice people. And my friend, he had an autographed snare. He was a drummer, snare skin from DJ Fontana. So what I did was I went up, and he was selling drumsticks autographed. I got to give to him to complete his collection. He was so happy. And DJ Fontana was a great guy. But when things started going fast and DJ started getting older, he was replaced by Ronnie Tutt with the TCB band.
Was he
road band.
King Tut's brother?
No.
Oh, okay.
But boy, was that Ronnie Tutt's a great drummer. He was a great drummer.
What So what is it about Elvis that drew you in? Was he his blue suede shoes?
No, it's his heart.
His heart.
He put his heart and soul into every song he sang. We're not talking about really talking about the movie years, because that was all just a machine running. But the songs that that made him famous, that really made him the people's choice of an artist. And the song "If I Can Dream" that he did on his '68 special, the last song in that white suit, he only sang that one song one time on that show. And that moved him so much. It was a special thing because that was based on Martin Luther King's speech. If I can, I have a dream. So that speech, somebody wrote a song that goes to that. And that was a song. And a lot of people don't know that until I said that. And they're listening to go, you're right. This is just all about equality and things like that. And it was just unbelievable. He would do things like that. And he hired everybody for his band, and didn't matter to him. You were white, black, it didn't matter.
What was it that, I guess I asked you where were you when Elvis died? How did you discover Elvis? What was your first memory of like ever hearing about him and listening to, and like what drew you into that?
When he died?
No. Like
when you first
the first time you discovered.
You want to hear the story?
Yeah.
This is good, yeah. I was 10 years old, and I couldn't watch a TV show I wanted because my sisters wanted to see Elvis Presley movie that was going to be on TV, 1968. And the show, they said Elvis the Pelvis was in it. I go, who is Elvis the Pelvis? Everybody else knew who he was, especially the women.
Say that.
and I'm 10 years old. I go, I got to see this, what the hullabaloo's all about. So I watched it, and it was Harem Scarum. Do you remember that movie? Did you ever see it?
I've actually never seen any of Elvis's movies.
Well, he was in this Arab outfit, like a sheik, and he was having a fight with a tiger. And this tiger went to attack him, and he gave it a karate chop and knocked it out. And I'm like, I just sat there with my mouth open. I go, this guy is cool. You impressed me. So from that point on, I got, and the very first 45 I bought was Burning Love. That was my second favorite
Lord
Elvis song.
Almighty, feel
Burning
my
Love.
temperature rising.
And here's another thing. That would have been number one, 1973, Burning Love. Except there's one song that kept holding on to number one and never gave a chance until enough time went. And, they start changing
The Weather Girls. It's Raining Men.
No.
Oh.
Chuck Berry, My Ding-a-ling.
Oh, my ding-a-ling. I love that
And
song.
everybody goes, how can
Won't
you
play with my ding-a-ling?
How can you take that over Elvis?
My
People were
ding-a-ling.
having just like a conniption fit. I was a young kid, but I heard all about it. They were saying they were boycotting radio stations and everything. How can you have this song, My Ding-a-ling?
Uncle Ron, I could see you playing with your ding-a-ling as a child.
No.
Uncle Ron's like, my ding-a-ling.
But that's how I first learned really about Elvis, was that movie, Harem Scarum, Elvis the Pelvis.
It's more like Pelvis the Elvis.
What?
Because women, they were more interested in like the moves.
But why would you call it Pelvis the Elvis?
Because that was the more important part.
Yeah, Elvis the Pelvis.
Elvis the Pelvis.
Yeah, not Pelvis the Elvis.
That was his actual nickname. Elvis
Yeah,
the
it was
I
Pelvis.
know,
pelvis.
but because the pelvis has to come first.
What?
Because it's more important.
Well, no, you could say Pelvis Johnny Mathis. That doesn't make sense. Which is
Black
very good,
in Men.
Which is very good.
Johnny
artist,
Cash.
By the way.
No, he's not. He's what?
Johnny Mathis is a very good artist, as a matter of fact. I've seen him several times in concert.
But you never got to see Elvis the Pelvis, though.
No,
Why not?
I never did. It was too much money. Even though, if you look at what
You
the
couldn't
tickets
afford
were,
37 cents?
it wasn't 37 cents. And
You were an assistant manager
no,
at the...
no. Oh, to drive it?
Yeah, to drive it.
I was making $2.75 an hour there.
Uncle Ron was loaded.
Yeah, and he used to always play out by the stockyards in Chicago at the amphitheater. That I know. That was the only large enough place in Chicago, and never got to see him live. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You
So
can
I
go
saw
back
the
in time.
concert tapes, that they have and things like that, and I have them. But it would have been nice, but
Are they in your storage unit?
no.
Oh, okay.
Some of them are. Some of the DVDs.
I think the next episode needs to be on location at Ron's Uncle Ron's
Storage
storage unit.
We just start going through all of the things.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's like a whole. We need to like rename the podcast. And
Good.
Do you
Yeah,
have like
maybe-
all your yearbooks and stuff?
I do.
I don't know if I have mine.
Yeah,
I don't know if I kept any
I have
of that
all of them.
stuff.
I used till I moved out of the house, and I
Yeah.
only kept my high school senior one.
Yeah.
That
I want to
was it.
see. I want to see a young Uncle Ron with his Italian. What the hell is it called?
Italian horn
Yeah, I want to see your Italian
on
horn.
a gold chain.
I want to see Uncle Ron's Italian horn.
What is that?
It's like a round, like a bull horn, and it has like a shape on it.
But like, how big is it?
Not very big.
Oh.
Only like
So it's like a whistle, like a little
no,
brass whistle.
no,
It's in a storage unit. We'll see it in the next episode.
no.
what I'm
That
picturing.
Italian horn is gone. It's only about I don't know. It was like 1 inch long,
Yeah.
real small diameter.
TMI,
but it was
Uncle Ron.
solid gold though.
So it was like a pendant shaped like a horn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's basically a horse. It's a chili pepper.
What?
God.
It looks like a fucking chili
Only,
pepper.
only you would say that because you.
Let me see it.
Hold on,
Let me-
I'm
show
going-
me.
Hold on here. It's a freaking chili pepper. You can get it at Walmart. Here, hold on, it's loading. Hold on.
And that was a place.
$171?
Yes.
That's a chili pepper.
And-
Is that not how? Is
It
that
looks like a mix between a chili pepper and a sperm. So,
That's it. But that's great. That's greatly enlarged. They weren't really that
so
big.
it's an enlarged sperm.
An enlarged sperm. And then during Elvis' time, after he passed,
God.
what took its place was a TCB, taking care of business
THC?
necklace that
What?
Elvis made up for his men, and he gave out to all the guys that worked for him, taking care of business. That's why they call it the TCB band. They used to be in concert with him and everything. Yep.
man, Uncle Ron? You've seen some shit.
Well, there's a lot of. There's a lot.
We could have a whole season with Uncle Ron. The
we're
podcast will
going
have
to.
to go to Tennessee.
I could,
Oh, on location at Uncle Ron's camper in Tennessee.
oh man.
He really thinks we're not going to
She's
go.
from Texas, I can tell by the way he's two-stepping round the room.
There you go.
Oh, Uncle Ron.
There you go.
Oh, Uncle Ron.
Oh boy.
See, there's so much I want to get into, but I think what we need to do, we're going to break this up. But before we go, I want an Uncle Ron-ism. I want an Uncle Ron-ism.
Do you have a book of these or what?
We're going to.
This is the start.
Yes. What advice? Okay, if Uncle Ron can talk to Little Ron with his Italian sperm horn, listening to All Shooked Up,
I've got it.
okay, go for it.
Follow your dream.
What's your dream?
Well, for most of my life, I originally wanted to be a state trooper. But then I had found out I had completely flat feet, and they wouldn't hire me. I'd never make the physical. I was lost looking for something to do until the company that I retired from. I went to work for them, and I could see growth there, where I could go. I love building machines, designing machines, and tooling and stuff like that. So, and if I didn't follow my dream, you get so many young men and women, they're lost. You know, they don't really know what they're going after. They don't really look inside of them deep enough to find out what would drive them and make them happy in life. I never had a bad day in my life working for them. And you know what they say, you know, if you love going to work, it's not work.
If you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life.
And it's true. You know, yeah, you're going to have a jerk here and there working there, but you're always going to have that. But all in all, you know, if you have a good place to work, I'd get up in the morning. I couldn't wait to get to work to get started on continuing projects and things like that. What I could do for the owners of the company to get them to the level they wanted to be. When I started there, well, that's going to be another discussion, but, they had like 3 product lines. When I left, they had 43. So, and they went from like a $10 million company up to a $100 million company. So it was very satisfying when I retired. I was happy with what I did in my life.
Did you get a cake?
Oh, at least.
What kind of cake?
At least. It was chocolate with whipped cream. They had a nice thing like a road going like with an RV, a Class A RV on it. And
Cute.
it was very nice. They had a nice cookout for me because they asked me, you wanted dinner with like the manager? I said, no. I said, our company was good with outdoor cookouts. I said, I want to cook out in like September early and have all the employees go there. And a lot of the employees came up and thanked me because I was there all along. I was right with them on the floor when I started there, and they were still there. And I always listened to them, and I always stood behind my employees 100%. But that's for the other discussion. It's a whole nother thing to wake people up in their work,
Yeah.
especially people in management.
We haven't even begun to scratch the surface on Uncle Ron over here.
No, I know.
Man, he's still over here rocking 80% vodka and 20% Gatorade over here. Told you guys. You guys
He's
don't
been
understand.
chugging and talking this whole
I was going to say, you don't
podcast.
understand. Uncle Ron is an animal, man. When I grow up, I want to be an Uncle Ron.
That's your dream.
Yeah, that's my dream. I'm going to follow that dream. Krista, give me some vodka and Gatorade.
He's like, and this is now not whiskey and fire. This is
No, it's
vodka and fire.
Yeah, we need to make a whole nother podcast just called Uncle Ron. Uncle Ronisms.
Yeah, and then there'll be the next one, and Uncle Ron will be forgotten about.
No, Uncle Ron. I'm telling you, you don't think we're going to come visit you in Tennessee when you leave?
I hope
here,
you do.
but
I hope
we
you do.
are. I mean, we're serious.
I hope
we
you
know
do.
we heard the rules. No Thanksgiving and no Christmas,
Correct.
which is fine.
Which is fine. We'll do that with Cheryl
We'll
and Daryl.
we'll show up on the 23rd. No, we'll show up on the 6th. No, the
Good luck getting a place to stay.
we'll show up on the 4th Wednesday of November, and then we will show up on the 23rd of December.
Like I said, good luck finding a room to rent.
What do you mean? Your spot. We're gonna
yeah.
crash with you.
We can Airbnb it. It's fine.
We'll find Uncle Ron. Don't worry about it.
Because places are booked up for months.
We can sleep in the car, in the Tesla, in a Walmart parking
We
lot.
got camp mode. We don't need.
jeez.
We were good.
We could.
Uncle Ron, we're good.
And I'll give you a little bit of advice. Don't go around there around New Year's Eve. That's taken over as a new New Year's Eve spot.
We'll be there New Year's Eve.
There's hundreds of thousands of people. I think they get at least 1 million people down there now
Oh, I believe it.
on Broadway there.
Yeah, I believe it.
I love watching it. Actually, I watch that on New Year's Eve. Their shows.
We could go for my birthday.
When's your birthday?
March 5th.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll go hang out with Uncle Ron in March.
It's right before the season, though. I'd want to go before then, I think.
No, we do. We gotta go. We'll see you. I think we gotta do like November or something like that.
It'll be like 70 degrees then in March.
Maybe like January.
Yeah.
January or February.
Yeah.
Maybe February would be a
Maybe
good time.
February.
Yeah, February is a shitty month up here.
Yeah.
February would be a good time to go see
That
you.
seems good. For Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, like I'll
Uncle Ron.
have I'll have
Uncle
a
Ron.
Valentine's. Yeah. No,
That'd be Uncle.
You could have two.
I'll be very depressed that day without having a sweetheart on Valentine's Day.
Sounds like a trip to me.
Yeah. Uncle Ron, you probably have little hoes in every corner of this campground over here.
Hey baby,
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. He's all like,
come here. Come here, scratch my back. Don't mind my lip moving.
every encounter that Uncle Ron meets, it starts with,
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Uncle Ron's like, but you'll know me now.
Oh man.
Oh, Uncle Ron. All right. Well,
Is that a wrap?
I think it's a wrap for now because I think we have so much more we need to talk about Uncle Ron. I think we have to do another episode with you. But I think finishing off, I'd say, you know what? I'm glad we met you.
Thank you. I'm so glad that I met you guys.
No, yeah, you really are Uncle Ron. I mean, everyone now knows you as Uncle Ron because of me. Because I keep calling.
I
It was
know,
like,
I know.
who the hell is Uncle Ron?
I know.
I'm like, that's Uncle. And people actually
There's
ask me,
people
like,
out there, Uncle Ron.
yeah, no. People ask me, like, wait, is that really your uncle? I'm like, he's white. I'm brown. How the hell would he be my uncle?
I mean,
I've got my sister and my golf cart. We're driving by the river, and here they are across the road. They're in their tubes. Uncle Ron! And my sister's looking at me like, what is he calling you Uncle Ron?
Do you have another family we don't know about?
that's hilarious.
No, it is. But no, Uncle Ron, like I said, we look forward to every weekend hanging out with you. Like we've said, you're not a burden. We love when you're here, even though we can't get rid of you now.
I know. Before we come up, I'm always like, "Oh, what's Uncle Ron doing? Is he coming over?"
No, and it is. It's really cool that we met you.
It's two different lives. During the week, I have
all the
the stuff I
He's
have
got
to
all
do.
the hose. Oh, jiggle over here.
Yeah, I tell you, I go around looking for leaky water and stuff. It's not that. It's looking for
Whoa, Uncle Ron.
Just leaky
walk
hose.
in the campground.
Oh, we have to start a late night with Uncle Ron episode.
Let's start the dating game.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, Uncle Ron. I guess we'll continue our conversations because you said to finish your 70-30 vodka over there.
Yes, I do.
But we're gonna finish this off here. But
Thank you for having me.
See, and you were worried. You didn't want to do this. You didn't want to be on here. You were worried. You said people were gonna hate you.
I thought you were going to ask me questions. Something I really had to know something.
No.
About what? This is the Uncle Ron episode.
So next episode, we have like a 20 question quiz.
We do. Who is your daddy and what does he do? Oh, Uncle Ron.
Then we can talk about cigars at another one. And
There we go.
We can let them all up. All right, Uncle Ron. It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
thank you.
It is.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
See you later.